Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am I Shine follower. For those that are new here, thank you for tuning in, and those that are not new, returning, thank you for always coming back. I do not take it for granted. Alright, today we're going to be talking about fear, how fear can hold us back, how fear is actually holding us back right now and we don't actually realize that is happening to us. Alrighty, if that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching and I'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about fear and how fear can hold us back and what we can do to get ourselves back. Alright, without further much ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, I'm pretty sure you know what fear is, and at some point in your life you have felt it. I feel like fear is a natural feeling that everyone feels once in a while or every now and then. So with that being said, I'm just going to jump into my 10 fears that hold us back in life. First is fear of rejection. Yeah, a lot of people are so scared that they'll be rejected, and so therefore they have decided, yeah, never will I'm not going to get into any relationship, I'm not going to meet new people, I'm just going to be in my shell. I mean, if I don't get new people, or if I don't have people in my life, then there's no way I can get rejected, right? No. So that's one thing. Even in marital relationships, like a spouse can be so scared of rejection that they can't even ask their partner for something because they're so scared they'll be rejected or they'll hear the word no. And with that being said, no is actually not a bad thing. If you hear no, so what, then move on to the next. It's not the end of the world. All right, next, number 2, fear of failure. Oh my God. Fear of failure is one of the top fears in this world. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will not get into stuff if they know for sure that they're gonna fail in that thing. So people will naturally want to be sure, 100% sure that this thing they're getting into, they will definitely win. But failure in itself, I'll say, in my own opinion, failure in itself is not a bad thing. It's about you learning from it and moving forward with whatever you've learned and just using it to be better for the next situation. Fear in itself is not bad, but it's what you get from it. If you don't let your failure hold you back, that's a good thing. If you learn something from your failure, that's a good thing. Alrighty. So failure in itself, I wanted to say, is not a bad thing. Learn from it and move forward. Next, number 3, fear of uncertainty. Oh my God. No one knows what will happen in the next minute. So some people are just so scared of trying new things. Like in the level or where I'm at right now is I just want to just live life to the fullest in the sense that I want to do whatever I need to do now instead of waiting for the future. The future is actually right now. So get things done now. I remember I was telling my husband earlier this year that I just want to do stuff that I want to do now, like instead of waiting for the future or when we're so old and we're thinking, what if I did that, what would have happened? So with that being said, I started 2 businesses this year, and I just started with the mindset that if not now, when? Just do stuff, learn, live life, enjoy, live life to the fullest. I feel like all this while we're just waiting for the perfect timing to just launch into the world. But I just realized, like, this is it. This is the time. Like, it's not when I'm 40, 30, I want to start doing stuff. Start now. Start with the resources you have now, and that's why I started anyways, not waiting till I have the full resources, I have the full potential. I'm like, start where you are and grow. That's one of my mottos now. Start where you are and grow, and just make sure you're getting better, you're learning and doing things better. So start now. Next, number 4 is fear of loneliness. Oh my God, some people are so scared of being alone and they stay in a toxic relationship. First of all, that's a no-no. Like, it's someone that is living that can live to tell the story. Because of fear of loneliness, you can decide to stay in a toxic relationship, abusive relationship. No, it's not a good decision. The 5th is fear of change. Oh my God, some people are so stuck in their old ways and they refuse to move forward. And what happens when you refuse change is you remain stagnant. You remain there while others are moving forward. You're left behind. And I feel my sister-in-law was telling me about someone at her workplace who, because she's old and she's so used to how she used to do things back where she was coming from, and it was so hard for her to learn the new things, learn the new ways that you do stuff. And if you're just so stuck in your ways, you'll be left behind while others are moving forward, especially in this time and age where there's so much technology and things are just changing every 5 seconds. So we have to like be on our toes and keep moving. So if you're having the fear of change, you will be left behind. You just be living. You just be alive and not living, you know. The 6th is fear of loss of freedom. Some people they are so, I guess, scared of not losing their freedom, and they just want to be independent. Or I feel like just finding the balance between dependence and independence is just a good place to be. The balance, you know. You want to be independent. Also, you need people. You can't do it all by yourself. You are not Superman, Superwoman. It's a lie. You need people. You need the community around you. God has placed everyone in your life for a reason, and using your resources is your greatest advantage, in my opinion. Number 7, fear of being judged. Oh my God. Like, I feel like this is number 1 or number 2 after fear of failure. Some people are not living their full potential. They are not living their life to the fullest because of what they think other people will think about them. Let me say that again. Because of what they think other people will think about them. Basically, fear of being judged. Like, people will always have opinion, and if you let that hold you back, you are dead. You are just living. You're already dead, but just living. Like, some people, they have so much dreams, aspiration, goals, but because of what they think people will think about them, they just sit down and not do it. Like, people will talk anyways, man. Just live life to the fullest, as long as it's according to the will of God, and it will make you happy. It's your dream. Please do you, baby. Do you, baby? Really, like, it's now. Like, just live your life. I feel like this corona has just like changed my perspective so much. Like, this is it. Really, just live your life. If you are trying to impress people, you're in a long thing, you know, just please get over judgment of people. They are probably envying you, trying to do, after they talk about you, they'll now come. So please show us the way, you know. So just live your life to the fullest according to the will of God, and you'll be fine. Don't worry about every other person, okay? Next, number 8, fear of something bad happening. Oh my God. Like, nobody knows tomorrow. I thought I was trying to sing there. But if you're always dwelling on the fact that something bad will happen, something bad will eventually happen, because that's how you focus your energy on, that's how you put your mind and thought into, that's what will happen. Because once you start dreaming it, you start declaring it, you start saying it, that's what will happen. That's the manifestation you will see. Something bad will happen. If you want something good, you declare it, you dream it, you begin to see it. And they said things happen in the spiritual realm before they happen physically. Like, live it, make it your reality. Whatever you want, make it your reality already before you even start manifesting. Stop dwelling in the past. Stop dwelling on bad things happening. Give everything to God and live life. Number 9, fear of being hurt. Like some people, because of their fear of being hurt, they don't want to do things. They don't want to venture into life. They don't want to get into a relationship. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be hurt. You don't know what will happen. You don't know what's at the other side, until you experience life. Like, my last point, number 10, is fear of inadequacy. Fear, you feeling you're not good enough, you're not adequate. You're just, imagine someone passing up a promotion because you think you're not good enough. Like, why? The person giving you the promotion thinks so highly of you, thinks that you are able to have this additional responsibility. That's why they're giving this promotion to you, or you earned the promotion, and now you're promoted. You're like, I don't think I can do it. You're being humble or something, or refusing to lead people because you don't think you have it in you you're just not good enough, you're not adequate, things like that. Like, no, how will you expect other people to look up to you when you look down on yourself, like you don't see anything good in you? Like, how? So fear of being inadequacy is a no from today. Okay, so now that I mentioned all the 10 fears, I want to mention just a few tips how to beat this fear. First of all is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that this is actually happening. Sometimes we give it another label. Yeah, I just don't like doing this. I just don't like. Or sometimes you just procrastinate. I'll get to it. You don't know it's fear. I'll get to it eventually. I'll get to it, and things like that. That's fear too. Like, fear comes in so many, would I say, personality, and sometimes you don't even realize that, oh, that's fear. You have to catch the little foxes, and just acknowledge it, and from there you can deal with it. But first you need to acknowledge and realize that, oh, this is fear right here. Okay, next is do it anyways. Like, the worst they can say is no. After that, so what? Like, life goes on. No, like, just do it. It's like just living life too. Make things happen instead of thinking what will happen, how about we just experience it. Make things happen instead of just wondering. Or sometimes instead of you acknowledging that it's fear, you say, no, I'm just waiting till the perfect time. I guess that goes along with procrastination. And thirdly, I wanted to say the word of God. The word of God truly has every and anything that we need. And I think, and I mentioned earlier that I feel like fear is a natural thing. Everybody feels fear at one point or the other. But I feel like it's how you deal with it. Is you grabbing the bull by the horn and countering every fear that comes to mind with the word of God. For example, God tells you, do not fear, I am with you. And fear is saying something else. Who will you believe? What would you believe? Word of God or fear? So that's why we have to have the word of God in our mind, guide our mind, or guard your mind. Guard the things that you allow into your mind. If you're so full of the word of God, when fear arises, you counter it with the word of God. God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of love and sound mind. Things will come in your mind, but because you have the word of God in you, you know where to go get the resources, the word of God. You counter it. Every spirit of fear, go back to where you are coming from. So that being said, the reason why I'm actually making this video is from my experience. I felt like if this actually is happening to me, it's happening to some other people. So about 2 months ago, I put in my application. Mind you, this application, I've been working on it for over a year, more than a year. So I'm done with everything. All I have left to do is just to submit the application. And from nowhere, I just started shaking. My tummy just started like turning, my head, I couldn't think right. I'm just like, what is all this? I'm done with everything. All I need is to just submit. Like, what's going on? So I had to like realize, this is fear. Yeah. I'm like, no, there's no room for you here. Just like started praying, and just pray and leave the rest to God. Now I submitted the application, thank God. But it's just realizing, acknowledging that fear. I'm like, oh, that's fear right there. Taking care of it with the word of God. And just pray. And God does answer prayer. God is faithful. I heard something recently. It says, God doesn't gather prayers, He answers prayers. So there's no special posture you have to be for God to answer your prayer. You just have to be honest in everything. Like, honest prayer is better than any, I don't know, any super prayer, if there's anything like that. But just being honest with God and realizing that God is able to do everything that we need. Everything that we need, He will do for us. Just pray, just leave it to God. And I remember, another example, I just finished my school, and I remember that day I was praying to God. I was crying to God, God, I don't know how you do it, but please do this. And to the glory of God, I asked God for a certain GPA, and that's the GPA I graduated with. Like, not -1 lower or higher. The exact thing I asked God, God did it. So God is really faithful. If we will come to Him and acknowledge that He is our source, He is the one that we have, and nothing can hold us back. Fear cannot hold us back. He will surely be there for us. He will answer us and be our all in all. And I hope you enjoyed this video, because with that I've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will really like to hear from you. What are some things that you've experienced in terms of this topic we're talking about, fear, and how you took care of it, or how you, I guess, beat your fears, and every other thing you want to contribute. Please contribute it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.